I was from Taiwan. We have candy house. Candy house is a candy store. We just want to make technology easy enough for people to enjoy, just like putting candy in children's hands. So when I was studying at Stanford, I always forgot my key. I always forgot my wallet. I always forgot my student ID card. But I never forgot my phone because I have to check Facebook all the time and message. So I was trying to find a solution to not to use the key. Right now, we can use Apple Pay and several payment apps to pay, so we don't actually need to bring a wallet. But the key was still in my pocket, so I was trying to not use a key. However, the school theorists told me that I couldn't swap the lock, so I figured out that I can use a 3D printer to build this small robot which can lock and unlock the door for me. So after building the small robot, my phone, my wallet, my key became one single device. So I can just bring my phone and go. Later, I think that we can share the same convenience with people. So we ran a crowdfunding campaign and raised around 1.4 million.
So we have 4 sets of deadbolt here. These 12 sets consist of about 95% of all the variation of deadbolt here in North America and around the world.
So it's a final mass production level product. Is there? So you can see that there's a 90% of US deadbolt lock, and the shape, the height, the width, the precision are all different. But with Sesame, one single product, there's no adapters, there's no tool required. You just attach a door, every lock will just work.
There's no correct angle. You can just fit on top of the device without any kind of adjustment. You can basically just put it on top of it with your eyes, basically, no tools. And actually, is there anyone who have not seen this product? We actually wanted to help us put on the lock to show that it's very easy. Is there any volunteers that can help us?
So please remember that this is inside your home, it's outside your home.
And once it's installed, you just have to set the angle.
So the lock position.
Set the lock position first, and then set the unlock position. And basically, there's a tap of the button on the app. The robot itself will turn the lock for you. And you can still use your key. Since it's installed on the inside, the key still works. And in the history log, you will still lock as manually open. Or if somebody opens with the app, it will show the individual users who open and lock the door.
And if you are as lazy as me, you don't want to take out a phone, you don't want to find an app, you can just lock your pocket when you come home. On this June, we are going to make manufacturing sesame, more sesame in Shanghai this season. It's probably not a model that downtown school would like to see. The current solution to make the price affordable.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the channel and the different strategies that we have. So first, we ran the crowdfunding campaign and we raised about 1.4 million. And then since it's more like a new product and then a little bit of a niche, so we started with beta and also promote online just on our own website. And then we started into different distribution partnership with the Asian distributor. It's called Linke Security, who are specialized in lock. So that's why we work with them first. And then we started on our Amazon, and with Indiegogo's help and rush order, we started our channels on Newegg and also Best Buy Canada. And since this product can provide access for different guests and owners for the homes, so we're also working with Airbnb hosts and their partners. So there are virtual keys, one rent, who are the companies who help Airbnb hosts or just real estate agencies to help open home and show property to their guests. So they have about 1,000 of the properties per month for showing. So we are doing pilot showing with them. That's what we want to call autonomous showing, which can provide a guest to go to a new property, and the site manager doesn't have to be there. And they can use all this automation of from smart lock camera and also sensors to see the person's there at during a certain time. And for Metro Engines, it's basically something, an agency who's very similar to OneRed and Virtual Key in Japan, because we're also launching our office in Japan later this year, just to serve the Asian market over there. And for the social media campaign, we also mainly did a lot of Facebook and Google. So there are some of the numbers that we did. And so far, we are targeting all the customers who are maybe they have property for rent, or mainly people who are just very efficient, who want to go out on the job, not bring their key. And those are the early adopters for our products right here. And that's it. Now your phone is your key, and then I can take any question from here. Thanks.
So have you thought of putting different covers on the device so that it, I'm just thinking about my home in particular.
Yes.
I would never put that in my home because yes. My home is very old, it has a certain look, and that it's just too modern. I know for some people, that looks don't really matter, but have you thought about putting different skins on it so you could tailor it to different customer bases? Because I don't think a house in Atherton would have that on their lot either. They might need something a bit sexier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very good point, and I get that sometimes, especially from very fashion people, like from my customer, and I really like that question because so far we experimented with 6 color, and we actually used to make this pink color. And it looks pretty neat and very cute in person, but it seems like nobody really like that color. So we're actually been working really hard just to understand the customer preferences based on the existing 10,000 units that we have shipped out. And also we have been hearing a lot of feedback on customizability on the cover. So I think this is something that will work in the near future, just to provide maybe the shape where something is we actually provide open source for the cover, right? Yeah, so we actually provide the open source. So some of our customers have used 3D printer to print their own cover. It's something that is not really urgent for us to develop internally for the public right now. But that's definitely something that we're thinking about doing a more premium model for our for our customers who have more expensive home or something like that. They might want something tailored to their door. So that's a good point.